Coming off fresh of motorsport's best racing weekends, Formula One at Monaco, Indianapolis 500 in the IndyCars, and the Coca-Cola 600 from NASCAR. And now we get back to the roots of dirt track racing with the Cyber Dirt Racing Leagues. Gannon Roofing Supply KOD Summer Sprint Series. Hello everybody, I'm Tanner Sharp. Alongside me is the man doing all the button pushing for the cameras, and my partner for tonight is Mr. David Everly. David, welcome to Volusia Speedway, and I hope you are excited as I am for the 360 wing sprint cars at Volusia tonight.
Oh, most definitely, Tanner. Can't wait to get these going, getting the mud slinging and watching these guys sling these cars around the turn here for the heat races and the main event.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into the heat races that these drivers are going to be doing to go for the lineup of the main for the main event tonight, which will be held under the lights. Right now, the sun is just going to be setting here soon. But let's talk about the drivers a little bit. Actually, let's do a little review of last week. Last week, these drivers did Williams Grove in the non-wing sprint cars. Connor Paris took the win and was not the fastest non-wing car out there. He was actually qualified in the top 5. So what that tells me, Dave, is you don't necessarily have to be the fastest, because these guys are going to be beating and banging with each other. And if you do beat and bang with each other, it might screw up your chance on winning the race. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, most definitely. As you said, Connor Parisi was not the fastest out there. Alex Bergeron last week was actually the fastest driver on the track, but he got into contact with another driver that allowed Connor Parisi to jump in there and take the main event last week. So as you said, one little minor mistake could definitely make it so that just about anybody can jump there into the lead.
It's going to get hairy once these guys drop the green flag. We might get a little bit of a taste of it when they drop the green flag for the Heat Series. Feel free to chat with us here on YouTube, www.com/Dre Broadcasting Network. Feel free to chat with us all race long tonight. Hopefully we can pick up some driver interviews on the downtime between the heats or before the main. So the clock timer is ticked off, ready to go. These guys are going to be turning some laps in the heat race. There is a pace truck out there driven by Dwayne Cooper. He will be the pace truck for the heat race tonight, and they will line up for the heat racing, which I am getting my list out right now for the lineup of heat race number 1. And Dave, what are you looking forward to in these heat races? Do you think it's going to be as exciting as the main, or do you think we're just going to get a little bit of a taste of it?
We're just going to get a little taste of it, because we're only going to have 6 or 7 drivers in each of the heat races here. However, the main event, we're going to have the whole field on the track at the same time. So I think we're just going to get a glimpse of what to expect in these heat races, what to expect for the main event.
Absolutely, and I'm pretty pumped for this racetrack, because I like this racetrack. It is a fast half-mile racetrack, and it is a great local dirt track to go to. Before I get into any other facts about this racetrack, let's do the lineup here for the first heat race. Starting first in heat race number 1, Eddie Hawks will line up first. David Anderson in second. Rhett Tucker in third. Doug, quote, Hippie Wyatt will start in 4th. Lee Bedsole will start in 5th. In 6th place, Scott Sanderson. And 7th, Jason Ruderbush. 7 cars for heat race number 1. The pace truck will go off this time by, and we're going to take the green flag. I believe these drivers are running 12 laps here in the heat race, so the race officials will be letting us know when the checkered flag will fall. But in the meantime, we're going to enjoy some great racing action here. Coming to take the green flag, Dave. Here we go. Getting all set, ready to go. It is going to be Eddie Hawks out front. He'll be the control car. Pace truck down pit road. Here they go. Green flag. We are taking the first green flag of the evening as they head down towards turn number 1. Eddie Hawks, what a great start by him. The first side-by-side battle is in the back of the pack for the 6th spot. That is between Jason Ruderbush and Lee Bedsole. Those guys are trading paces back and forth, almost making contact off of turn number 2. Nothing really happened with the first 3 drivers. Actually, that would have been the battle for 5th place back here. But those 2 drivers get all sorted out, ready to go. But I do smell a battle for the race lead. That would be David Anderson off of turn number 2, going after the 45 of Eddie Hawks. Coming off turn 4, and I would say this is a battle because he's all over that back bumper of the 45 of Eddie Hawks. Coming off turn number 2, what can Anderson do? Can Anderson get side by side with him? Can Anderson pass him? They do start tonight on a clean racing surface. They did have about a good 10-minute practice before this event happened.
Yeah, as we see the 45 of Eddie Hawks preferring that low line, but it looks like David Anderson's wanting it too, but he just can't get it slung in. He gets right up on the exit, but looks like Eddie Hawks is having the better entrance. Eddie Hawks goes high. That is going to open the door for David Anderson, but he's not able to complete it as they come back into the turn. Oh, almost trading bumps on the tire.
Ever so close, ever so fast around Volusia tonight in the 360 wing sprint cars. Lap 8 out of 12, I believe. Yep, it is lap 8 right now. These guys are turning, and these guys, that battle for first place is just really heating up. Anderson doing everything he can to get around Hawks. Hawks is just playing defense for the final couple laps here at Volusia, but I tell you what, it looks like Anderson is so much better in 1 and 2 than what Hawks is. Hawks seems like he's better in 3 and 4. Oh, that time by Anderson got a little bit of a run on Hawks. Oh, up there in the groove. Here's where everything gets a little dicey. Up there in that groove where nobody's really running, gets that car out of whack for Hawks. White flag this time by. We are on lap 12 out of 12 in the first heat race. Can Anderson do anything with Hawks? Coming into turn number 3, I don't think he can. It will be Eddie Hawks taking the checkered flag in heat race number 1. Ooh, that was exciting, Dave.
Yeah, these drivers put on a good show here as they are just coming and flying around these turns. But I tell you what, Eddie Hawks did a great job holding off the 44 of David Anderson. Rhett Tucker finishing 3rd, running in that 99 machine. He was closing in on him, but as you said, the 45 of Eddie Hawks is going to take the heat race number 1.
Eddie Hawks wins heat race number 1. David Anderson in 2nd. Rhett Tucker 3rd. Jason Rabush in 4th. And 5th was Lee Bedsole, who actually was on pit road before the checkered flag. That was pretty cool. I thought Anderson would have probably caught him because it looked like Eddie Hawks goofed coming off turn number 2, Dave. But he held on for that race lead. And by the way, that was I'm mistaken on that white flag lap. By the way, totally my fault. But just listening to the race officials here through their radio scanner as we are going to get ready for heat race number 2. So while they're getting everything all sorted out, here's a good track fact that I did a little research about here, folks. From 1983 to 1992, the NASCAR Busch Series, also known as the NASCAR Xfinity Series, ran here at Volusia Speedway. Volusia Speedway opened up in I believe, the 1960s, so it's a pretty old racetrack. If I have my information here, 1968. So the late 60s, this racetrack opened up. And from 1989 to 1992, the racetrack hosted the NASCAR Busch Series. So that's a pretty cool fact track right there.
Yeah, most definitely, Tanner, as we are watching the Hippie Paint Shop pace truck here for the Cyber Dirt Racing, making its way out on the track as these drivers will be getting lined up for heat race number 2.
Definitely is. Let's do the lineup for heat race number 2. Bruce Jones is going to be on the pole here with side-by-side with Thomas Labar. Earl Arts will roll off in 3rd. Robert Schaefer will roll off in 4th. Bobby Tinch in 5th. And Alex Bergeron, who we know is fast on these dirt tracks, as we've seen last week at Williams Grove. But that was a non-wing sprint car. Those cars are a little bit harder to drive than these cars. But these cars are just as hard than, they're hard to drive, but they're a little more forgiving. So we're going to be coming to take the green flag here. Bruce Jones. Bruce Jones. He's going to be on the pole here. As let's see, now we see in the first heat race that the race leader did not lose the race lead, even though he was being challenged. He did not lose the race lead, so it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to keep an eye on Alex Bergeron. He is bad fast. He's in the back of the field here in sixth, in the number 18. Here we go, coming to take the green flag for heat race number 2. Green flag is out. 12 laps. Oh, number 66 had a little moment entering turn number 1. That was Bobby Tinch. He's okay. He gets it settled as lap number 1 is led by Bruce Jones. Looks like that battle, Earl Arts. Earl Arts Jr. was being challenged by Thomas Labar, but the real battle's in the back of the pack as they're 3 wide in the back of the pack. Ooh, Dave, it's getting exciting here in the back of the pack. I know the race lead is for the race lead up there, and nothing really, no one's really going after it. But this battle back here is pretty good.
Yeah, you got the 18 of Alex Bergeron.
Bergeron hit the inside wall, I believe.
Yeah, he's starting from the back of the field, but he's got to try to work his way up. Meanwhile, it looks like that battle there for fourth is still ongoing with the 66 of Bobby Tinch there on the outside.
3 wide on the back stretch. Probably the most exciting part of the racing we've had all night long. And it is great racing. Alex Bergeron went to the bottom side down the back stretch and took advantage of those 2 guys battling. That would have been Bobby Tinch and Robert Schaefer. So will move Bergeron up to the 4th spot. Oh, we got trouble on the back stretch. Or on the front stretch. We got a car flipping. Bobby Tinch flipping. He gets it moving before the race leaders come. No yellow flag.
Yeah, it looks like Bruce Jones has pulled out to a commanding lead here in the lead. As Alex Bergeron we're now working on the 61 machine of Earl Arts Jr. trying to move up into 3rd place as they are battling side by side.
Yeah, yep. Alex Bergeron, he's coming. He had a little bit of a dismal start to this heat race, but he's coming up. He's challenging for that 3rd spot. Bergeron all over Earl Arts Jr. trying to get around him. Nothing producing there just yet. It looks like Bergeron gets some good runs on the exit of the corners on Arts, but Arts is able to capitalize on the entries of the corner. Lap 10 out of 12. 3 to go, actually. They got to complete lap 10 to get the 2 to go. Tell you what, this might be a 3-car battle day for that 2nd spot as Bruce Jones is able to pull away. That 2nd place is Thomas Labar. He's being pressured. And I mean, he is being pressured here by Alex Bergeron. As Alex Bergeron goes around Earl Arts. There is a problem with Earl Arts, though.
Yeah, he has fell way off pace there, dropped into the back. But meanwhile, as you said, Alex Bergeron is still fighting here. We should be coming to the white flag lap.
I think this is the white flag lap right here, and I believe this is the checkered. Listen to the race officials. It is. It's Bruce Jones taking the checkered flag as Earl Arts had a problem in the final closing moments there. Bobby Tinch was a lap down, but Thomas Labar was able to hold off for 2nd place to Alex Bergeron in 3rd. Robert Schaefer in 4th, Earl Arts 5th, and let's see, Bobby Tinch in 6th. Woo, that was really good racing in the back of the pack for that 3 wide there. We're definitely going to see some 3 wide moments here tonight, Dave. I mean, I promise you that, folks.
Yeah, most definitely. We saw Alex Bergeron dominate as far as fastest car on the track last week. But as we said earlier, he kind of got into an incident in the main event that let Conor Parisi come around him and take the win. Waiting to see how Alex Bergeron can recoup here and see what he can do this week.
Most definitely, and Conor Parisi actually, I don't believe is here tonight. No, he is not here tonight, unfortunately. But I'm sure we will see him in the future in this series, as we are going to get set up and lined up for heat race number 3. So with that being said, here, folks, a little bit about as we're getting set up for heat race number 3. A little bit about Volusia Speedway, an auto racing facility located near Barberville, Volusia County, Florida. It currently operates as a half-mile dirt track and eighth of a mile dirt oval for karts, and it currently hosts the World of Outlaws series, both sprints and late models, and the UMP Late Model Series. So they do a lot of dirt racing here, Dave. It's been in operation since 1968. As I previously mentioned, it did host the NASCAR Busch Series races for a number of years until 1992. So this racetrack's got some really good history, and what it's awesome to have here on the iRacing service.
Yeah, most definitely. But we are watching the hippie paint shop pace truck make its way out onto the track as these guys will be getting set up and lined up here for heat race number 3. Remember, the winners of the heat races will move into the dash. The winner of the dash gets the pole position for the main event here tonight at Volusia.
Woohoo! I'm excited for this. So let's do the lineup for heat race number 3. Tommy Champagne is going to be on the pole for heat race number 3. John LaBeouf in second place. James Moss in third. William Rockery in fourth. Chris Berry in fifth. And Sawyer Ott in sixth. So that is the lineup for heat race number 3. As heat 4 will be the dash. So here we go. The pace truck will be pulling off this time by Tommy Champagne on the pole. I'm counting currently 5 drivers right now, so which Chris Berry is at the end of the field. Christopher Berry. Drivers are getting on the radio saying, hey man, the track is feeling pretty good tonight.
Yeah, they seem to be slinging it on real good. Here's the pace car is bringing him out of the turn, going to get ready to dip off here as he makes his way off of the track, getting ready to go green flag racing.
Here we go. Tremendous, great start by Tommy Champagne to get out front like that, working with clean air, and he's going to pull away. Let's see if anybody can catch him. Right now it's James Moss in the number 17 coming off turn number 4. He looks like he's going to be challenged by the 911 machine. Yeah, call 911. He wants to hunt second place. That's John LaBeouf going after the 17 down into turn number 3. Here we go. This is pretty much the biggest battle on the racetrack right now. Oh, he hits the wall. Oh, I reckon in turn number 1, there's going to be no caution flags in any of the heat races. Trying to get her woed up. Oh, he had to tow it. That's very unfortunate right there.
Yeah, it's going to hand second place over to the 911 of John LaBeouf. Don't know if he's going to be able to catch the leader out there because he is just pulling away from the rest of the field.
And the driver, it's in the back of the field, currently in fourth, is William Rockery. Christopher Bell, currently in third place. These drivers are pretty much separated from each other at the moment. John LaBeouf, second. Tommy Champagne in first. Tommy Champagne has a commanding lead here in Volusia. And it looks like, the way it's counting down, he might be taking the checkered flag here.
Yeah, this field is pretty spread out here. We don't have any battles, so it looks like Tommy Champagne is going to walk away with an easy win. But I tell you what, the 911 of John LaBeouf just is not giving up here. It looks like he's starting to eat into that gap just a little bit.
Absolutely. But, hey, so what do you say, Dave? Since there isn't really any battles on the racetrack at the moment, I'm not seeing any. Actually, they're pretty spread out. Should we do an onboard with somebody to give these the fans a good view of what these guys are maneuvering?
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to jump on with our race leader, the 33 of Tommy Champagne here, from our gyro cam here on the roll bar, seeing what these drivers are dealing with as they come flying around the track, and also can kind of hear how they're using the throttle control to get these cars to turn.
Yeah, there is some degrees of banking here, folks. I would have to pull up my information on the degrees of banking, but when they go into the turns, it does feel like you're on a little bit of a banking. That's why the camera's moving like that, and he really maneuvers this race car. It's these 360s, they're bad fast. I mean, these things are no joke.
Oh no, they're fun to drive. I've drove them. They're really fun to drive, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I had to take a pick, I'd say the 360s are probably one of my favorites. They're a little bit more controllable, and a lot of fun to race side by side with.
Yeah, it looks like the field is
White,
going to
white.
stay out.
Yeah, this is the checkered flag right here, I believe. Checkered flag right here. It is. Sorry, we did not call it out. We weren't really paying attention up here in the booth on what the lap thing is, and I don't think the race officials either. They were just enjoying what was going on the racetrack. But it will be Tommy getting the the heat win in race number 3. John LaBeouf in the second spot. Christopher Barry in third, and William Rockery in fourth. James Moss fifth. So just by listening to the radio here, they're going to give these guys a couple of seconds here for the dash. And they're calling off who was going to get lined up where, which is a really good thing, so everybody would know where to line up on the racetrack. And they're going to do a dash. Well, Dave, that was it probably wasn't maybe as exciting as the second heat race, but right now I believe these drivers are going to go 3 wide in this heat race to try to get the best position as they can, and maybe even win heat race number 4 to be on the pole for the main.
Yeah, most definitely. That pole position in the main event is going to be key. So these drivers will be fighting for it as they are getting ready to go here into the race dash and have a shot at winning that pole position.
Yeah, definitely, and it's just trying to see if what these drivers are going to really do on the start. I mean, I would assume they're going to want to do everything they can. And what they're going to do right now here, folks, is they're going to advance this little bit of a qualifying slash heat racing to the actual event, and which they will not be using Dwayne Cooper's pace truck. They're going to use the iRacing pace truck, and it is going to be a 15 lap dash in this final heat race slash dash. 15 laps, and I do believe caution laps will count here. And then after that, the sun will go down. Everybody's going to go to the concession stands, get something to eat, burgers, brats, nachos, some beer, some soda, whatever you can get at a concession stand. These drivers, all the race fans are going to go get them, come back to their seats, and the sun will be down, and we're definitely going to go racing with a bunch of cars on the racetrack tonight, Dave. Man, that just sounds like family fun right there, what I just said.
Yeah, most definitely. So as these guys will have to go around with the iRacing pace truck here. They're going to go around their 2 laps, and then they're going to stop and get everybody lined up how they're supposed to be lined up and get ready for the dash race, that's for sure.
Most definitely. So let's start doing the lineup here, Dave. Right now, this is an official lineup for this session. The way it's looking, unless actually they got to get lined up, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they gotta do their 2 pace laps, and then they gotta go around and get all set up in the hippie pace truck. Pace truck is going to be in the back of the field until the iRacing pace truck dives off, and then he will take control of the field and get everybody lined up how they are supposed to here for the last race before the main event, the dash race.
Dwayne Cooper doing everything he can to get these guys ready to go here. He's doing a tremendous job here tonight. Also, let's take the time right now before they get all lined up and ready to go here. Let's take the time to think of a sponsor for this series here tonight, the Gannon Roofing Supply KOD Summer Sprints. Gannon Roofing, Gannon Roofing Supply, thank you very much for sponsoring this series. It's been really fun to watch and having your brand sponsoring the series. So we're going to get lined up and ready to go here. Number 35 machine is not in the session tonight. That would have been Sar Ott. Looks like a bunch of drivers have already kind of left the session for the next for the main tonight. So the grid here tonight is the heat winners. Hey, this is gonna be interesting having all the heat winners just come and race here. So here we go. We're going to get lined up and ready to go here. Dwayne Cooper, the pace truck here tonight, and that beautiful paint scheme.
Yeah, definitely got to thank Hippie Paint Shop for painting up this special pace truck here for the Cyber Dirt Racing Gannon Roofing Supply King of Dirt Summer Sprint Series.
Woo, baby. Usually the pace truck, the iRacing official pace truck, will do about 2 laps around a short track. Usually it's a mile or less than a mile. Anything less than a mile, the pace truck or pace car will do the 2 pace laps. So right now, what's going to happen here, folks, is that iRacing pace truck is going to go down pit road, and then Dwayne Cooper in that hippie paint shop paint scheme is going to manage the field here, and then they're going to get ordered up in their correct positions, and then they will take the green flag. So it should be pretty easy here. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting 6 right there out there on the racetrack right now. They're getting lined up right now. Alex Bergeron going to the back. So here we go. Here's the lineup, folks. Eddie Hawks on the pole. Second place, Bruce Jones. Third place in the 33, Tommy Champagne. Fourth place to 44, David Anderson. Fifth place, Alex Bergeron. And sixth, the 911 machine of John LaBath. We are all good. We are ready to go. Here we go. Pace truck going off this time by as the pace truck missed pit road. That can be difficult on usually any racetrack. Dover is usually the hardest. Actually, there are some hard pit roads on the asphalt side of the NASCAR portion, but pace car missed pit road. I've seen worse things. I've seen a pace car on fire before.
Yeah, definitely. But looks like Dwayne is just going to bring him around here. We are going to get ready to go green flag racing for the dash race here at Volusia.
Here we go. Pace truck's in. Does the burnouts down in the pit road, and we're green flag racing for the dash. Eddie Hawks gets a good start once again here tonight. Out front. Oh, it's getting tight in the back there. That's a 33 machine back there, backing up just a little bit. That's Tommy Champagne in the 33 machine. He's battling side by side with Alex Bergeron. Second place is heating up as well. The 44 tapped the back bumper of the 87. 44 is dropping back. That 44 is David Anderson. The 87 machine is Bruce Jones. Oh, I thought someone hit the tire barrier. It just sounded like it, but nobody did. So David Answer in the back of the pack. He's battling side by side, or trying to get side by side with John LaBath, 911 machine. Battle for the race lead up towards the front. Eddie Hawks under pressure from Bruce Jones. Bruce Jones trying to get underneath him. It ain't working out. Can he get the run on the exit of the corner? Guess who's in third? Alex Bergeron coming from the back of the pack. Coming from the 5th spot. He's up to 3rd. Oh, car up high down in turn number 4. Think he is okay. Trying to make that was a 33. That was Tommy Champagne. That was way up the hill on the exit of turn 4. Did not hit anything.
Well, we got the 44 of David Anderson trying to get around the 33 of Champagne. Just is not able to complete it, but he is running that low line here as they come out of the turn.
Oh, battle for the race lead. Almost got clipped. The 87 machine. Bruce Jones almost hit Eddie Hawks. And that costs a little momentum on Bruce Jones. Bruce Jones into the outside wall off of turn number 2. He does bump Alex Bergeron, but to no effect. Down in turn number 3, Bruce Jones is a little bit out of control here. He hit the wall. He's hitting cars. He's trying to get around drivers right now. He's trying to recuperate here, but that battle for the race lead is heating up though. This would be for the pole position here, folks. Alex Bergeron, Eddie Hawks, side by side, trying to get side by side. Right there to side by side. Off of turn number 2. Who's going to take the checkered flag just in a few moments?
Yeah, we got 5 laps to go. Alex Bergeron is given a handful to the 45 of Eddie Hawks as Alex Bergeron takes the lead, but here comes back Eddie Hawks looking to take it back, but now Eddie Hawks has got some competition behind him. There's the 87 of Bruce Jones trying to give him heck, trying to take that second position away as Alex Bergeron is our new race leader.
First lead change of the evening. Here tonight, it is Alex Bergeron, number 87 machine of Bruce Jones is into the wall. He's okay. He's still running third spot. Everything else got sorted out in the back of the pack, but the eyes are up towards the front. Can Eddie Hawks gun down Alex Bergeron? It will be a very tough thing to do. Coming to the white flag lap. White flag lap right here. It looks like it's Alex Bergeron. And he will take the checkered flag, I do believe. Yes, he will. Bergeron will be on the pole for the main event tonight with Eddie Hawks in second, Bruce Jones third, Tommy Champagne in fourth, John LaBath in fifth, and finishing one lap down is David Anderson.
Yeah, that was a great race there. So if that main event's going to be anything like this dash race, it is going to be one heck of a race, that is for sure. As we saw the 18 of Alex Bergeron come from the back of the field and make it all the way up to the front to win the dash race, which will give him the pole position in tonight's main event.
Most definitely, and I do believe once we're under the lights here tonight, it's Alex Bergeron's going to be the one to beat since he's on the pole. Can anybody challenge Alex Bergeron? We will find out soon. So we're going to take a commercial break and get these drivers set up for the next server, which is going to feature the main event under the lights here in Volusia Speedway. Don't go away with exciting racing action from Dre Broadcasting Network.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back to from the concession stand, folks. Hopefully, you guys got your beer, brats, hamburgers, nachos, popcorn, and you're in your seats and you're ready to go. And if you're at home watching this, boy oh boy, hopefully you're doing the same thing, but in your lazy boy recliner. Welcome back to the Volusia Speedway here tonight for the Cyber Dirt Racing Series Racing League. As we are getting ready to go for the main event here tonight. This is the Gannon Roofing Supply KOD Summer Sprint Series. We've seen some pretty good action in the first 4 heat races, Dave, and now we got more drivers in the mix tonight. I am counting 15 drivers will be taking a green flag in this main event for 40 laps. Thoughts before we get going here, Dave?
Well, if it was anything like we saw in the heat races here earlier today, I think we're in for a doozy here, Sean or Tanner.
Oh, we're in for a doozy and we're in for a treat because this is going to get exciting here. Alex Bergeron will be on the pole here. It's just a matter of if anybody can catch him once that green flag drops. I do believe this league tonight, for this race tonight, they are going to do their own set of cautions. Dwayne Cooper looks like will be the pace truck tonight. It's pretty much similar to what you've seen in the heat race number 4/dash. So with that being said, I'm ready to go for 15 guys to get around this racetrack. Just imagine if you fit like 25 to 30 guys on this racetrack and we're all side by side or even like a 4-wide start. That would be something. Feel free to chat with us here on the Dre Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. We will be keeping an eye on it for sure. Maybe if we can, I don't know, would you think we'd be able to pull up a driver, Dave?
We possibly can, Tanner, that's for sure. I mean, we could always give it a shot. I don't know if they'll be ready to talk or not, but we could definitely give it a shot.
All right. Let's talk to, trying to see here the list of the drivers. Who finished second in that dash in that last heat race? I forgot his name now. Well, anyways, let's talk to Tommy Champagne here. Let's see what he's up to here. I'm gonna bring him up to the booth here. Tommy Champagne, is it okay if we talk to you? Tommy Champagne, Dre Broadcast Network. Do you have a copy?
Yes.
Hi, Tommy. Is there if we ask you a question before we go, Grease? Hopefully not interrupting you.
Let's go.
All right. What do you think about tonight? Do you think anybody can challenge Alex Bergeron before taking the green flag?
Alex pretty fast. He was a fast car on the dash, but if we don't make mistakes, we can run with him, but it will be hard to beat.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to watch up here in the booth and also from the grandstands and everybody at home. What are you expecting? Do you think the aggression of the racing is going to be more aggressive here than what you've seen in the dash race tonight?
Definitely, it will be more side-by-side racing because the 2-lane is pretty good, and we will start to side-by-side. So it was pretty interesting, probably.
Most definitely, I definitely agree with you there. So, well, Tommy, we thank you for coming, for taking your time to talk with us here just a little bit here and ask you a couple of questions. So, good luck tonight, and hopefully we see you in Victory Lane, and hopefully we see you up there challenging Alex.
Thank you, guys.
That was Tommy Champagne in the number 33 machine. Figure out here shortly once these guys are ready to grid up and ready to go. I do believe the lineup is automatically set. So the checkered flag is out for this warm-up, Dave, and I am excited, ready to go. Hopefully you're drinking something over there because this is going to be pretty breathtaking.
Yeah, most definitely. As you said, Alex Bergeron is definitely one of the faster guys out here. But I tell you what, we've got some good drivers here. Rhett Tucker's out here, James Moss, David Anderson, Earl Arts Jr., Bruce Jones. And we'll see if these guys got anything for him.
Bruce Jones was that driver, that's right. But so the lineup they're let's go ahead and do this lineup right here that that iRacing's given us. Alex Bergeron on pole. That seems correct here. I'm assuming all this just so you know. Alex Bergeron on the pole. Bruce Jones, second place. Tommy Champagne in third. John LaBaff, someone call 911. He's starting fourth tonight. He may be a good challenger for that win tonight. David Anderson in fifth. Rhett Tucker in sixth. Thomas Labar in seventh. Christopher Berry in eighth. Jason Rudebush in ninth. Rounding out the top 10, Robert Schaefer. William Rockery in 11th, Lee Bedsel in 12th, Bobby Tinch in 13th, 14th, James Moss, and Earl Arts Jr. rounding out the 15th spot back there. Sounds like 2 pace laps. Looks like there's some radio communication going on. It looks like David Anderson will not be in his 5th spot tonight. He accidentally missed the starting grid, so he's going to have to start from the pits. There is no word on any race official on whether they're going to delay it for him. Nothing, no word yet. So here we go, the 1 to go pace truck. We're going to go green this time by here. Yep, they're going green this time by. So the race officials just said we're going green this time by. So Alex Bergeron on pole. Bruce Jones in second. Tommy Champagne third. Is anybody going to be able to challenge Alex Bergeron? We're going to find out. And just so you know, he was fast last week at Williams Grove in the non-wing sprint cars, but he did not come away with the victory. So it's going to be interesting to see here tonight. Pace truck is in. Unleash the Beasts. We're green at Volusia. Down in turn number 1, bunch of side-by-side racing mid-pack. Race leader Alex Bergeron in up there. But meanwhile, we got a huge battle for that 5th spot. These guys are swapping positions like crazy. Looked like the 99 machine had a little contact there with 911 of John LaBaff. Oh, they're still making contact back here for position, Dave.
Well, it's dirt racing, Tanner. I mean, what can you say? These guys are slipping and sliding, slinging up mud here. These drivers are getting covered in mud here as we go on the in-car with John LaBeouf. As we see mud all over our camera already, and it just seems to be growing here as these guys are definitely battling it out.
Thomas Labar, a little bit all over the place there, coming off turn 2 last time by. I think he hit the wall. Right now he's battling tremendously with the 88 of Robert Schaefer. Robert Schaefer goes around. Yellow flag is out. Caution flag, according to the race officials. Caution flag. Huge flips here. And we'll go to Dave on the replay. What did you see?
Well, as we're going to pull up the replay here, it just looked like some mudslide.
Yeah, the 88 got loose, but the real accident was in the back of the pack here with the 5 machine of Thomas Labar. Looked like Thomas and the 88 made contact. That was enough to send Thomas into the outside wall. Here goes the 17 of James Moss. Really pile drived into him. So did the, who was that white car there? That was William Rockery.
And the 88 of Robert Schaefer also involved in that as we are taking a look at the replay. Him and the 5 machine just kept battling it out, making contact. And then it looks like I can't see the black car. It's on its roof. But yeah, so we are going to, that's definitely going to shake his build up.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for them drivers. They could go down to pit road, but the kicker is this: if you go down pit road, you're done for the race. That's from my understanding. Down when I listened in on the drivers meeting before they did this event, so they're gonna get side by side lined up and ready to go. Here, Dwayne Cooper behind the Hippie Paint Shop. Paint scheme there, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series is the pace truck there. Going green this time by is the word. Alex Bergeron out front. Bruce Jones in second. Tommy Champagne in third. 96 of Jason Rudebush coming from 9th place. And how about Lee Bedsall up there in the top 5 coming from 12th there, Dave? So we'll have to keep an eye on those guys. Pace truck is in. We're going back green. Green flag is back out. Nice jump by Alex Bergeron. First side-by-side battle on track would be, the 33 made contact with the 87. 33 was Tommy Champagne, and then 87 was Bruce Jones. But we got a whale of a mess back here for that, like at least 6 or 7 spot.
Yeah, they are like a swarm of bees all over the place.
Oh,
as the
trouble.
88 gets turned around again.
Man, that's twice now, and he saves it. That's that's incredible. Or is that the 99? Excuse me, not the 88. That was the 99. 99 did that twice tonight. Wow. That was
That's going to shake the back of the field out. About mid-pack here, looking from like third place on back. These guys are all battling as it looks like we are getting a challenge here. The 87 of Bruce Jones is actually taking the race lead away from the 9 of Alex Bergeron. Alex Bergeron now has the 96 of Jason Rudebush looking, but here comes Bergeron. He is trying to close that gap and get back up and take that lead.
Alex Bergeron may be a really fast driver, and that's a really good thing, but he's not impossible to pass. Bruce Jones out front. Coming on into turn number 3 here, everybody's pretty much single file, not much battle for position. If you want to battle for position, possibly that might be heating up. Maybe that third place spot right there, that is Rudy Bush in the 96, being challenged by Tommy Champagne. Rudy Bush is coming from the 9th place, and he's already in the top 3. So a great run for Jason tonight. Tommy Champagne started 3rd, lost a spot. He's currently in 4th. How about Earl Arts Jr. in the top 5? In 5th. Coming from 15th, dead last.
Yeah, but he has got the 97 of Lee Bedsall there behind him, starting 12th up to 6 as he is trying to find his way around the 61 machine of Earl Arts Jr. as these guys are running, looking at their speeds, they're getting up to over 120 mile an hour and then still maintaining right about 90 to 100 mile an hour through these turns as they're sliding sideways.
That battle for the race lead might be heating up here because they're coming off turn number 2. This is where Bergeron is getting his runs is off of turn number 2. He's going to sling it down there in turn 3 and 4, trying to challenge for that race lead. He's challenging him right now. And Bruce Jones hold off that spot. Both of these drivers are heat winners. Obviously, that was before the sun went down and before the lights came on. Battle for 3rd spot heating up. Tommy Champagne back there. Earl Arts Jr. Earl Arts got around Lee Bedsall. Actually, I take that back. He did not get around him because Earl Arts was already has been in 5th place. Lee was just challenging for that 5th spot. Battle for the race lead continues on the racetrack. Bergeron actually got to the line before Bruce Jones did this time. Here we go. Clean pass. Bergeron out front. Oh, goes to the high side. Down to the bottom goes Bruce Jones. Bergeron very close to the line there. He did beat him to the line. Jones and Bergeron fighting on the racetrack. And we do got a battle for the 3rd spot between Tommy Champagne and Rudy Bush. Rudy Bush trying to defend his position.
Taking a look a little here, it looks like right now these guys are tied up here. Alex Bergeron led 12 laps. Bruce Jones has led 12 laps. But now it looks like Alex Bergeron is starting to pull a little gap over the 87 of Bruce Jones. But meanwhile, the 96 of Jason Rudebush and the 33 of Tommy Champagne, Earl Arts Jr., and Lee Bedsall are not that far off from him.
Not that far off indeed. We've only seen one caution tonight. Looks like Tommy Champagne is in trouble coming off turn number 2. He did lose a lot of ground there. He's going to lose at least a spot. Does lose a spot. check back up towards the front here. It's still going to be Bergeron out front, Jones second. We got any cockpit views here tonight, there, Dave?
Yeah, we're actually riding here on the 87 of Bruce Jones, even though it's kind of mud-filled there, Tanner, but these guys is battling it out as he is trying to catch the 9 of Alex Bergeron, but looks like Bergeron is picking it up here in the late stages of the race.
Yeah, I mean he was just sitting there, just kind of laughing just a little bit. Just kind of, all right, you can pass me, but I'll get you back.
Yeah,
a lot of dirt.
Looks like the 96 of Rudabush, though, is starting to get a little closer there to the 87 of Bruce Jones. He is going to be trying to contend for that number 2 spot here, as he has definitely closed that gap on the 87 of Jones.
And stick around, folks. Even though we will see the checkered flag here tonight, stick around. We're going to do our best to get in interviews with the top 3 drivers tonight, from first to third. That's going to be pretty exciting, just to hear their opinions here. It's because right now, here's what I would like to talk to the drivers about. Fall off. Looks like Bruce Jones has fallen off a little bit. Bergeron. And since Jones has been falling off, Rudy Bush has caught him, or has started to catch him. Earl Arts Jr. is actually coming from 15th, so he's having a really good run tonight. Maybe he can get into that top 3 spot to be interviewed. That would be. I would like to know his little run tonight, or his opinion on coming from the back of the field all the way to the front like that.
Well, we've got 4 laps to go now here, Tanner.
Oh, Rudy Bush in trouble in turn number 2. I do believe he hit the inside wall on accident. He's being challenged by Earl Arts Jr. Oh, he's up there in the gray area where nobody is running, and where all the dirt is. Really, the bottom. The more you go on the bottom, the more usually slick it is. Sometimes you got to change up your line just a little bit because the dirt itself changes so much. 2 laps to go. Oh, trouble. 33, Tommy Champagne into the outside wall. He is stuck in the wall. He took a tow. No caution flag. We remain green. Coming to the white flag lap of Alex Bergeron. Bergeron coming off turn number 2. Was the fastest car last week at Williams Grove. Did not win. Fastest car this week. And he wins. Alex Bergeron takes the checkered flag in the main event here at Volusia. Bruce Jones second, Earl Arts Jr. in third. Wow, what a run. Jason Rudy Bush in fourth, rounding out that top 5, Lee Bedsall. Ooh, that was pretty exciting there. Win number 2 for Alex. That's really cool. So with that being said, Dave, I believe we have time, right, to get some drivers for interviews?
We sure do, Tanner.
Absolutely. So let's see here. We got Bergeron, Jones, and Arts. Let's pull one of them up here. Let's talk to the race winner here first. Let's see if we can find Alex Bergeron here. Alex Bergeron, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Wow, that was pretty good. You were fastest car all night, even though you lost the race lead. It looked like you were teasing the field a little bit. It's like, yeah, okay, you can take the race lead, but I'll be back. And sure enough, you were back, and you led that rest of the way. It looked like Bruce Jones was just kind of lost his momentum in the closing stages. But your thoughts on tonight's main event tonight?
Well, I didn't do the time trials before the race, so I had to start in the back of the second heat, and made my way back in second. And the main goal was to make in the dash, and from there I decided to go nuts and just win the dash, and just to make a good position to start in the race. So started from first, and it was a good battle with Bruce. I think he had a better car on shorter runs, and as the run goes on, I was better, I think. Yeah, the eye line was working a little bit more than the inside groove. When I was on the inside, it was not there was not a lot of grip up there, inside. So, it was a good race, and yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely. And now you capture your second victory of the season, and you are leading the way in points. Tell you what, you're really fast in these cars. You probably told me this. I don't know if I talked to you last week or not, but you have to refresh my memory. But do you do any real life dirt racing?
Not really. I just had some testing, but in midgets, but not much, not more than that. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are bad fast in these things, and that is a gift right there, because I am horrible at dirt racing. That's for sure. But now we got Volusia out of the way here tonight. Let's talk about the next race, which is going to be a 360 non-winged sprint car at USA Speedway. One of my favorite short tracks. Actually, my first win came at USA. Do you think you can rack up another victory for win number 3 at USA?
We'll try. It's harder to set up the 360 non-wing car. It's a lot more tougher. But last week at Williams Grove, we finished third, and I said at the end in the interview that we're gonna win tonight, and we definitely did. So I'm looking forward for next week, but I'll try to work harder on the set, and just trying to sweep it again.
We are looking forward to, and I was really looking forward to watch you guys turn some laps in these 360 winged sprint cars. I love driving these things. I haven't really gotten anything written down on how to be competitive, but I just like driving because they're pretty controllable, more controllable than a non-wing sprint car. So, but thank you for coming to talk with us tonight, Alex, and congratulations on the victory.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for you guys for broadcasting. It's always amazing. Every broadcast is amazing, and you guys doing a lot of work to make this happen. And big thanks to Cyber Racing for the league, and it's a pretty good night tonight again. So I'll catch you next week.
Thank you, Alex. And that is Alex Bergeron taking the victory here tonight at Volusia. Let's go one down to the second place spot, to Bruce Jones. Bruce Jones, do you have a copy?
I do.
Bruce, I tell you what, man, we were talking earlier, and we actually interviewed Tommy Champagne about if anybody can challenge Alex. And you certainly were challenging Alex, but it looked like you kind of lost your momentum in the closing stages of the race there. Do you think you maybe could have hold off Alex at the time? And if so, what could you have changed differently tonight to hold that race lead?
Well, it was a great race, and Alex was fast as usual. We traded the top spot a few times, and when he got by the last time, and I don't know if he knew that's what he was doing, but the track had gone away enough where it was going to be really hard to pass again. The bottom had kind of gone away, so you couldn't really go down there and stick it. But man, he's fast.
He definitely is, and you actually led your first laps of the season tonight, according to your stats here. And last time you were in the 360 wing car was at Eldora, and you finished third. So that had been a pretty good run for you there. And are you a fan of the dirt racing here on iRacing? And if so, what do you like to drive?
Yeah, I really like the winged cars. I think they're a blast to drive, and the racing's really good, especially when you get in a good bunch of people like this that kind of know what they're doing, and they're not afraid to stick it in there, but when you're afraid to pull it out and back off when you have to, and the give and take is really good with this bunch.
Absolutely, and there was a lot of give and take tonight too. We only seen one caution in tonight's main event. Now next week, USA International Speedway on dirt, non-wing sprint cars. You had a dismal finish at what track was that? Williams Grove last week in the non-winged. How do you feel about your chances of maybe getting another top 5 spot or even a win in these non-wing cars at USA?
Well, I got a week to get ready, so my chances, I'm going to say, aren't too good, but it'll be fun anyway.
It's going to be fun watching you guys drive. I tried driving these things, and it's just not for me. So, but
I've discovered there that the brakes are very helpful. Ran in the wall a lot of times before I figured out that if you just tap the brake going in the corner, a car will turn and rotate for you.
Yeah, they're harder to drive, that's for sure. But we thank you, Bruce, for coming to talk with us tonight, and we will see you at USA.
You bet. Thank you, and thanks again, Roofing Supply and Cyber Dirt for putting this on.
Nice job on the second place.
Thank you, sir.
That was Bruce Jones, folks, finishing in the second spot, runner-up. Now let's go one spot down to third place with Earl Arts Jr. And Earl, you did a tremendous job all night long, coming from the back of the pack to finish in the top 3 spot. That is some awesome driving. Tell me how you did it.
Well, thanks, Tanner. Unfortunately, I got to the track late, and I didn't get to do any warm-ups before qualifying, and I just did a horrible job qualifying. And my heat race didn't go too much better as I ran out of fuel, trying to make the car as light as possible. And I had some luck go my way, and I made some quick changes to the setup a little bit to try and get a little more push off the corners, and it seemed to work out for me. The Tombstone Tactical car just was awesome tonight, and but without that caution, I don't think I'd be up where I am now to finish third. But it stuck wherever I put it, so I was very happy about that.
It definitely did. We complimented on you on coming up to the field. We're like, look at that. Earl's in the top 5 coming from 15. Tremendous run there. And you certainly did get a tremendous run. You made it even better. Not just a top 5, but a top 3 spot. And that's a whale of a run there, Earl. Now we go to another track, which is the non-wing sprint cars next week. A little bit of a different car. But at USA International, how do you feel about your chances? You're third in points. How do you feel about your chances in the non-wing? You finished 4th last week at Williams Grove, though.
I did finish 4th, and because of that, and that track, USA being similar to Williams Grove in layout, I'm feeling pretty confident. I've been trying to get some more practice time in with the non-wing sprints, and what's neat about them is it's all about driving. There's no, setup's kind of important, but you got to be able to get it around the track. And if you can't, you're going to be out to lunch.
Well, then I'm out for lunch because the non-wing sprint cars just do not agree with me. But yeah, Earl, you've had a tremendous run tonight. Finished 4th last week. You're on a roll right now. Hopefully, one of these weeks you can challenge Alex for that top spot and get that victory.
Yeah, I'm hoping for it. He is tough to beat, and there's times where I'm on the track and he drives right by me, and I'm wondering how. But before I go, I'd like to make sure I thank Gannon Roofing Supply for sponsoring the series, and Cyber Racing Association and Dwayne Cooper for hosting.
Absolutely. Thank you, Errol, for coming and taking your time to come talk with us tonight for some questions. And we will see you at USA International Speedway, the dirt version. So congratulations on the 3rd place spot tonight.
Thanks, Tanner, and thanks, guys.
That was Earl Arts Jr. finishing in the 3rd spot. And Dave, final thoughts before we wrap up this evening.
Well, these guys were definitely slinging it. They did a great job out there tonight. Definitely put on a heck of a show here for the viewers at home. Just taking a look, going over our top 10. Once again, Alex Bergeron in the top spot, followed by Bruce Jones, Earl Arts Jr. Finishing 3rd. Jason Rudovich finishing 4th. Lee Bedsel 5th. John LaBeouf 6th. Bobby Tinch 7th. Christopher Berry 8th. Robert Schaefer finishing 9th. Tommy Champagne finishing 10th. Going further down the results here. In the 11th position will be James Moss. William Rockery in the 12th position. Rhett Tucker in the 13th. Thomas LaBar finishing 14th. And that's going to be our field here for tonight here at Volusia.
And David Anderson missed the grid and did not start the race tonight. So, we would like to thank everybody for watching tonight's broadcast of the Cyber Dirt Racing Series for the Gannon Roofing Supply KOD Summer Sprints. Thank you to the league organizers of this league for allowing us to put on, to broadcast this show here tonight. Thanks to Gannon Roofing Supply for sponsoring the series of the Cyber Dirt Racing Series. The league itself. For more information about cyber racing, log on to www.cyberracing.club. That is www.cyberracing.club for more information about the league itself. We will see you next week live here on the Dre Broadcast Network for the USA International Speedway for the non-wing sprint cars. Same time, same place. Take care, everybody. Race hard, and we will see you next week.